Hey guys, how's it going? So I have a small update for you. We did recently pick up some new cages for the crested geckos. We went with the Exoterras, and so far impressions are on them. I like them. They're a lot bigger than the 29 gallon I had my cresteds in before. I do kind of like the background in it that came with it. It's just a little some type of Indonesian, Malaysian artwork that they've got in the back, but it's all styrofoam. And then the little one even has a little wood background in it. If you see, there's a rock and wood background in it. So the big one, we kept all the same decorations. Nothing else changed. But we do have a pair of eggs, and it's really hard to see, I know, but they're actually in the little dry box I got sitting here. See the little white specks. We've got 3 full-size cresteds in here, my female, and we have 2 males. And for the most part, it does give them a lot more space. It's an 18 by 18 by 24, so 18 wide, 18 long, and 24 inches tall. Does give them a little bit more height, which I like. If you look in here, let me see if I can find one of them. I see a tail. There's my Dalmatian. He's currently been breeding with my female, and we're going to try and get some Dalmatians out of him, and we'll find out what he's got going on for colorations and patterns. And then my big female, she is sitting in the back, like always, with the Harlequin. So there's the Harlequin on the left and my female on the right. We know she just gave birth because her weight is down. She's not as heavy as she usually is. And I'm going to leave them like that. And we had baby cresteds that we actually hatched right before we moved. They're probably 2 or 3 months old now. And they're in the smaller one. This is same thing, an Exoterra. This is a 12 by 12 by 18 inches tall. This one I believe was right around 150, and we picked this one up for right around 50 new. So it's about $200 in tanks, but it was worth the investment. One of the things I don't like is the mesh top. I like it and I don't. What we use is a towel to bring the humidity up because it allows less airflow in the tank. So you can see how this one, it has a very small gap, and it does a good job keeping humidity up inside the tank. And the trick is if you have it too far forward, it's going to fog up the front glass. But if you have it back just a little bit more, you can see how now it's starting to dry out just a little bit on the glass. So I've been experimenting with how far back and how far forward to have it to keep the humidity up in the tanks. This one's obviously pretty clear. I don't have this one all the way closed right now. But the reason we use the towel instead of the cellophane is a lot of people will use cellophane or cling wrap and cling wrap them. The problem is that when moisture gets stuck on this, it'll actually start to rust it. So if you use a towel, you wash it weekly, and actually the towel will help to keep from rusting out the mesh top because it'll actually trap the moisture in it. Let's see if we can take a look at the babies real quick. I have 2. They are both actually Harlequins. This is the larger of the 2. He's kind of fired down right now. But he's about 2, maybe 3 inches big. And he looks pretty good right now. But they feed on the same thing, crested gecko diet. They're not big enough just yet to put on. There's the other one right there. It's kind of hard to get a picture of. But they're both Harlequins. We still use paper towels in their tank. They're not big enough just yet to put on the cocoa fiber, which is the dirt that you get down here. But we do feed the crested gecko diet that we water down, and we probably change once a week. It just seems to last really well with the higher humidity in the tanks, so we really don't have to change it out very often. What we'll do instead is it'll actually start to evaporate and dry out a little bit. We'll add a little bit of water and mix it back up, and it'll keep it in that nice mushy consistency that they like. And then obviously there's no lights on these tanks yet. We haven't decided what we're going to do. We may end up doing a LED strip or something on the 2 tanks, one on each, just for a little bit of light. They don't need the light. They don't need the UVB like some reptiles do, but it is something that I am actually working on currently, and we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I've got eggs now, and I've got a couple of the boxes up here, and this is what we hatch out our eggs in. So obviously I've got from a really small one to the next size to the next size, and the idea behind that is the smaller the cage, the easier it is to keep clean and to get your geckos feeding on crested gecko diet as quick as possible. And then we'll use the large one for the big adults. We'll put 2 of them in that one, and then 1 of them in the next size down when we're cleaning cages. So it makes it easy to have a couple extra cages on hand just to remove your animals while you're cleaning. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you in the next video.